Coming to you from Kansas City, Kansas. Juice it, drink it, serve it. It's Late Nite Lemonade time with Luke and Matt.
That's right. We're trying something new. I think it'll look really good.
Yeah, late night feel.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Well, this episode we're going to talk about Kansas City growth, whatever's happening in our area, the World Cup that's going to happen with soccer, NFL draft that happened in this past year, the City of Champions, as well as the women's first soccer stadium,
correct,
also in Kansas City,
and
then new to us, the WWE draft in Kansas City.
And there's another thing that I'll mention a little later on too.
Yeah. But we can start with Kansas City growth.
Yeah.
Kansas City is, well, it's almost world renowned now because of not only the Chiefs winning the Super Bowls, just getting on the map with barbecue.
Yep.
I guess it's the
we got the world's best barbecue.
World's best barbecue.
We got the United States best football team.
Yep.
We got some baseball that used to win games.
Some baseball.
We got a pretty good soccer team, and now we've got the women's soccer team.
First
soccer team in the stadium
that
we just built.
Yeah.
Kansas City also has a new amusement park coming to Kansas City, Kansas. And that's going to be coming up in a couple of years, or they're already starting. I have no idea, but it's coming to Kansas City. That's confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also have another, like a water amusement park as well. I forgot about
Margaritaville.
that. Margaritaville,
yep.
Yeah.
We got Margaritaville, and then really close to it, it's going to be Mattel Adventures. And so they're going to have stuff like He-Man, Uno's, Barbie, Hot Wheels, all that stuff coming together for an amusement park. They have one in, I think it's Phoenix, Arizona. So they already have one. It's proven that it's like a legit theme park, and they're actually bringing it to Kansas City.
Wow.
And not just Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah. Kansas City as a whole, because they count Kansas City as a big box. It's huge, like Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas. They really have it a big thing.
But that's the thing. Some people don't even realize that Kansas City is split between two states. People are like, oh, Kansas City, that's in Kansas. Well, there is a Kansas City in Kansas, and there's also a Kansas City in Missouri. But the cool thing is, I think that years past, we've had a very divided, like, here's KCK, here's Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City, Missouri is so much better. Kansas City, Kansas is better. And we'd kind of, it'd be a little feud, not a serious feud, but it'd be like, that state line feud. I think, at least in the past couple of years, we've become so much more intertwined. And I think it's the Chiefs. I think it's the football. I think it's everything that we have right now. The architecture that's coming to Kansas City. Yeah. The events that we're doing. Bringing people in, bringing people together. The KC Hearts, whenever they put up all these Kansas City Hearts all around the metro. That wasn't just in Kansas City, Missouri. It wasn't in Kansas City, Kansas. Just in Kansas City, Kansas. It was everywhere. Lawrence had some. Excelsior Springs had one. Lenexa, Overland Park, Olathe, Independence, Missouri. Like, we had them everywhere, And from Lawrence to, like, Excelsior Springs, that is a long distance, but they're counting everyone together. And we've really become this unit that is Kansas City. We are the heart of the Midwest. And I love it. I have so much passion for this city. And this is just something about me. I grew up in Kansas City, Kansas specifically. And I feel like, man, this place is boring. There's nothing to do here, man.
Nothing to do but drive.
Yeah, exactly. You got to drive. You got to go places to do anything fun. Kansas City's boring. We don't have the ocean. We don't have mountains. But now that I'm older, I'm 25, I've gotten to visit almost every state. 46 states. I've still got 4 more left until I've hit all of them.
Man.
And I've gotten to see the ocean in so many different places. I've gotten to see Canada and pretty much every major city in the United States I've been to. And now I look back at Kansas City, my hometown, and I love it. I absolutely love it because we have a charm here that's different than everywhere else.
Yeah, we definitely have the heart. I mean, it's definitely grown within the past 10 years. Oh, gosh. There's so much investment down in Kansas City. I mean, not only is it in the heart of the United States, but like it's where, you know, a lot of people are noticing things that, you know, could grow around us. The investments, you know, just there's a lot of room. There's a lot of different opportunities they can put in. Like you said, they're building different amusement parks.
Yep.
You know, it's something that, you know, you can come to Kansas City for. The closest, like, biggest amusement park we have is Worlds of Fun.
Yep, Worlds of Fun.
That's a bit of a drive for us, though.
Yep.
But everybody knows about Worlds of Fun. It's either Worlds of Fun or Six Flags.
Yep.
So it's nice to have something that's a little bit closer to us that we can have.
The other one's Silver Dollar City. Everyone goes to Branson for Silver Dollar City.
Branson, Missouri. So,
but we still have Worlds of Fun, which is incredible in the summer and also the fall whenever we have the Halloween haunt. You know, we bring people in with our amusement parks.
Yeah, I mean,
but just having a new one, that is so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I would look forward to having the Margaritaville, or the Mattel. You know, in the past year, Barbie has came out, and that was a huge movie.
It was the biggest movie of the year, I think.
I can't tell you how many times I've watched it with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a good movie to watch. You know, to have people come in from all around, not just like you said around Phoenix, wherever the other amusement park is, just to kind of reel people in from all over the United States. Easy being wherever you are, it's about half the distance that it would be all the way from the other coast.
Right, exactly. Always, it seems like California gets a bunch of them, and Florida. Those are the places that get the best amusement parks. Those are the places that are warm all year. But having it here in Kansas City, that is just so cool.
Oh yeah, it's nice to have something brought in for us to enjoy as well. You know, it'll take a minute for us to enjoy it, but I think it'll be nice.
And it's nice too because, of course, we know that spot was where Schlitterbahn used to be. We actually worked at Schlitterbahn back in the day, and now it's shut down, so we can't enjoy going to a water park, but having Margaritaville basically coming in the same spot and taking over.
Thing.
It's like, okay, we're still going to have a water park. This is great.
Yeah, I know in Wyandotte County, they don't have a public swimming pool other than one pool.
Yeah.
And that's way down the lower numbers. And I know at one point in time, they didn't want to have that pool open. They were trying to shut it down. But, you know, it's still open. And I think for more of the public, they need to have some, you know, swimming options other than going further away. Just keep it in the community. Keep the community together and just offer something fun.
Absolutely.
You know, I think that would be a great thing to have. And it might be a little bit more money, you know, because it's brand new.
Right.
Or it's something that they pulled from somewhere else. But I think it'd be great for Kansas City for its own growth. I think that would be great.
And coming from a place in the Midwest, we don't have the ocean. So we kind of need a nice place to go swimming. You know, we have small beaches. They're lakes. But lakes are nice. You know, those beaches are fun.
Yeah.
But having an actual place to go swimming.
I mean, I usually river swims, though.
Yeah.
Go in the river. I mean, might be a little dirty, but so I grew up. So.
Yep, exactly. That's how we do it in KCK.
Yeah, that's how we do it. But no, other than KC growth, we have, like we talked about, the City of Champions. What does that mean? The City of Champions. What is that? Well, 2-time Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep, back to back.
That's the City of Champions.
Now we're 4-time winners, right?
Yeah, we've done 4 times in total.
Was it 69?
Yeah.
Then what was the next year after that?
2019.
2019, and then we had 2022, and then 2023.
I think.
Yeah, those seasons.
So.
Yeah. We'll go with that. If we're wrong, we'll hear it in the comments.
Fix us.
yeah, exactly.
But no, it's definitely building that dynasty.
Absolutely.
Of having, you know, a good team. Patrick Mahomes is great at being a leader. To not only build young, you know, teammates that he has, or or he has people that have been on the team for a while or been in the NFL for a while, he'll make it work. And he has every single time. Just picked whatever he has out of his hat and just made it work.
Mm-hmm. And there's so many times that you're just like, yeah, my quarterback is the best. And they're like, no, he's not. Well, we have proof. We've won back-to-back Super Bowls.
Within the last 13 seconds.
Best quarterback. We have some of the best players in the NFL. And that is so cool that Kansas City gets that after years of having a team that was just disappointing.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even while we were a disappointing team, our stadium was the loudest stadium in the NFL.
Yeah, we have the world record.
It's crazy.
It's not an enclosed stadium. Nope. It's an open stadium. So enclosed would kind of make more sense to have it louder. But with it being open and, that could distort the sound to be more out. But it still made it the loudest stadium to be recorded.
It's the fans. It's the fans. Like, the fans show up.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
They're very, very loud. Doing the tomahawk chop and just chanting away. Yeah. But, the City of Champions, it comes with its own things. Recently they've been talking about moving the Kansas City Chiefs over to the Kansas City, Kansas side.
Right, yeah.
Away from Johnson County. So they have it in a voting decision to, either stay in the county or just move over to Kansas City, Kansas. Now there's different options with that to where they could stay and then keep it, or they could end up leaving and maybe going away from Kansas. Different options that they have. If they do want to move it, where would they go?
Right.
And they've looked over in the Kansas City side. They found a few places, but nothing's solid yet.
Yeah.
A lot of people are opposed against the move to have them. A lot of people would love for it to move to actual Kansas City, as people would say, since it's over the Missouri side.
Right.
People that live in Kansas City, Kansas said it's not a Kansas City, Kansas team.
Yeah. But they always say it's the Missouri team.
Yeah, because if you get an emblem of the Kansas City Chiefs, it'll have the Missouri State on it. But there's different things that might happen with the Chiefs becoming in a dynasty.
Yeah.
Just yes, we have an older stadium. Yes, there could be new things that we could do to it that we could need. But it's all on the people of what they would want and what the Chiefs want, really.
Yeah.
The upcoming.
Yep. Personally, I hope they stay right where they are. I love that stadium. I've gotten to visit that stadium multiple times now. Never seen a Chiefs game, but I've gotten to see a Monster Jam there. You've seen Chiefs.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of Chiefs games. I mean, it's an all-in-all experience. Like, it's crazy. If you're down close or you're way up top, you'll still feel it. Like we talked about, it's the environment, the loudness, and you just feel the energy inside you that you just even if you're losing,
it feels so good because you're with everybody cheering, excited. The food's everywhere. It's just an experience.
Tailgating.
For sure. Yeah, tailgating. That's huge in Kansas City.
They'll sit out there 6 hours before the game, or even the night before, just sitting there frying some burgers or hot dogs, or even I've seen ribs or all kinds of crazy meat.
Of course, KC, we gotta have our barbecue.
Yeah, they'll have different types of food that they throw out, and I've been a couple times, and they're like, "Here, try my food," or that they love to bring upon another to try different things. But I love going to experience that at the coffin, or not coffin, at the Chiefs. Chiefs Stadium. Right. But Coffin Stadium is right next door.
Yep,
I've been there a few times as well.
Yep, me as well.
Those are fun.
Getting to see the Chiefs or the Royals.
Yeah, the Royals. It's been a while since they've done World Series.
Right.
They won last in 2015, but this is kind of going under the radar the past few years.
But loved watching that game. So much fun. In high school.
Some people like watching baseball, but some people find it boring. I find it more boring to watch it on the TV, but going to a game, you sit there and eat food. Last time I went, I had ice cream, and I was just sitting there watching, eating peanuts, and just having a good time. Sometimes you don't have to pay attention to what's happening and just enjoying the environment. But always be on the lookout for a fly ball.
Yep.
Anytime get hit. But no, it's all about experiences, and hopefully the Royals get another win.
I would love that. Yeah.
It would be cool.
And thinking about baseball, we don't just have our major MLB team. We also have our minor league, which is the T-Bones.
No, the Monarchs.
They're now the Monarchs.
Yeah.
But back when I used to go, it was the T-Bones. Now Monarchs. Getting to go see them, that was so much fun because it was cheap enough that I could go see it, and we get all the food, we get to watch the game, everybody's having a good time. But yeah, the Monarchs are a very fun team to watch.
Yeah.
Ooh, 2 straight championships. Our producer's telling us they won 2 straight championships.
Isn't Patrick Mahomes like owner of that or something? No,
not yet.
Not yet.
I'm sure he will.
Hopefully, yeah, that'd be super cool.
I mean, it'd be full circle in that sense, but
yeah,
no, that's cool. I don't know too much about soccer though, but I know they've won or had a World Series.
They did. Back in 2000.
Their last MLS Cup was 2013. The last time they won the U.S. Open was 2017.
Wow, so it's been a little bit.
Okay.
So 2017, no, but they've had their opportunities and they got a nice stadium there.
Oh yeah,
man, I'd want to go.
I've been to a game. It was super fun. It was so much fun. It was actually the most fun I've ever had at like a stadium game because we started losing in the first minute of the game. The first minute, they got a goal right in the first 50 seconds. And then they got another one, and then another one. We were losing by 3, which if anybody knows soccer, those games don't go high. That's crazy. And then we got a goal. And then another one. And then a third one. And we're like, okay, now we're tied up. We've got this. The place was going crazy because we came back from such a horrible beginning. And then we got the final last goal in the last couple of minutes, and everybody was going nuts. I had no idea who the people were next to me, but we're all high-fiving and hugging, and everybody's going crazy. It was like we won the World Series right there,
Yeah.
It was so cool. But yeah.
That's great environment.
I've tried watching on TV. I can't. Can't do it.
What is it, like 90 minutes that it's on? Oh, gosh.
Plus stoppage time.
Stoppage time, yeah.
See, so more or less the personal experience versus just watching on the TV, it's going to be way different than anything else. So,
and that's the thing about Kansas City. I enjoy Kansas City teams. I'm not super big on football, baseball, or any specific, this is my sport. I am a Kansas City fan.
Oh, yeah.
So if it's the Chiefs, I'm with the Chiefs. It's the Royals, I'm with the Royals. Even the minor leagues, whatever it is, if it's Kansas City, that is my team. If we had hockey, I'd be going for my hockey team, like a big major hockey team, or if we had any other team, that's who I'd be going for.
I know back in the day they used to have their own basketball team.
Yep.
But they ended up moving away. So, things like that would be cool to have back. But Kansas City is growing as day by day. So anything can happen to where they get another professional team, or even minor league team that they might have that might grow the Kansas City area. Just figuring out where it might be though. They do have a lot of stuff in Kansas City, Missouri, but I feel like if they drag something over on Kansas City, Kansas, it could very much happen.
Absolutely. And we've already gotten different things like the Kansas City, the NFL draft in Kansas City.
Yes, they had that at the Union Station this last year. That was the first time that they had the NFL draft year.
Yeah.
And, that was pretty big to have.
I thought it was going to cost money, but it was free.
Yeah.
It was a free.
It was like the whole weekend, wasn't it? Yeah. So
Fall Out Boy showed up, played some music. I mean, they had huge bands. Everybody with the NFL. They had the YouTuber Ryan Trahan going up there and announcing. It was a crazy time. I wish I would have gone.
No, well, I'll tell you, it puts it on the stamp for Kansas City. Like, hey, this has happened here at this place. You know, it's just that's even before we won the Super Bowl. So it is, again, I should say, again. But those things they do great to help the community grow. You know, the NFL draft. I don't know. They typically happen in the same places or around the same places, but.
It used to happen all the time in New York. They just started traveling.
Oh, gotcha. So they used to be in New York, but they started going different places. So, you know, they're kind of branching out now. So that's great to kind of flourish different places.
To be one of the first ones.
Yeah, to do that. I mean, like I said, or you said, wish you would have gone. Yeah, that's something to experience. Yeah, I would have definitely done that too.
I don't know if you feel the FOMO, fear of missing out on different things. That's why I had to go to whenever the Super Bowl won. I had to go to the parade that they had.
I wish I would have gone to that too, but I see why I didn't though. Yeah. But no, it'd be cool. And then we have the new women's stadium.
Yes.
That was built.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
The Current Stadium, right?
Yeah.
It's called KC Current.
Yeah. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen what it's like.
I've been out there. It looks really, really nice. I used to park there, so no more free parking for me. But you know,
you used to park there?
Yeah, I used to park there. Yeah, they had volleyball right next to it. They still have volleyball, but they've taken out all the free parking spots.
Oh, well, that sucks. No more free parking.
Yep.
So, have they already opened it, or?
Yep. Oh. One of my friends works for the building. He's an EMT, and so he works and does his EMT job there at the stadium.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, so it is open.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sounds like a fun experience. I mean, I'd have to go see that. I'd have to go to a soccer event. I've never really been to that.
Yeah, right next to the river, Berkeley Riverfront. That whole area, it's a beautiful area. Right next to a casino next door, and so it's a pretty cool area.
Oh, okay. I'd have to do that. After that, I think we got, what is it?
The WWE draft, right?
Ooh, that's coming up at the end of this month. To where it's the T-Mobile Center, Kansas City, Missouri. I think they're doing it all around different places that they go. They're gonna have the draft.
Yep, they're gonna have a draft for Raw, and then gonna have a draft for SmackDown, and then NXT is sprinkled in there. But yeah, so it'll be 2 different places. So at least a portion of the draft will be here in Kansas City.
So that's where they just have people like wrestle and like train and stuff, or
so the draft for WWE is which brand they're going to be on. So they used to have the draft, and then they got rid of it for a long time to where every wrestler was wrestling for SmackDown or Raw, or both. They would be on SmackDown and Raw.
Yeah.
But they decided a couple years back that they would split the group up, so you'd have your roster of SmackDown, and they would be only on SmackDown, and then you would have Raw and only on Raw. And that was really nice because you could split everybody up, have a specific group go on Monday nights, and then a specific group go on Friday nights. And they would keep married couples together so they could go on the same shows. And it really helped out the wrestlers because they could be out for Monday Night Raw and work for those 3 days, whatever, and then go home and recuperate and come back healthier for next week's Raw instead of having to do both Monday Night Raw, which is live TV, and SmackDown, live TV. So maybe they're out these 3 days, get to go home for 1 day, and then they're coming out again for SmackDown. So that's why they're doing the draft. It's really to be helpful, and it's also really creative too, because you can split up tag teams, being like, this guy is getting drafted to this team, which is Raw. This guy is getting drafted to SmackDown. So they'll split up teams, and you also get a refresh. You know, this guy is now on SmackDown, so he can go for the Intercontinental Championship. This guy is now on Raw, so he can go for the United States Championship.
So it's really a change up to different like contracts or different spots you can do.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't really know that.
And then they'll bring people up from the minor leagues, which is NXT. They'll draft them up just like on the NFL. They'll draft them up. He made it to the main roster of SmackDown, so he can go for all those championships or fight these wrestlers. And it really is nice because you don't have the same stale wrestlers going up against each other every single week. It's different, you know.
And since they've started this, is it like every year? Do you know?
It's sporadic. Right. I think they're trying to make it once a year again. But yeah, for a while they didn't even have it, so it's nice that we have it again. And I'm hoping that it's a solid draft to where they stay on SmackDown or they stay on Raw and they don't like go back and forth.
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna do it when they're here. Do they do wrestling with them, basically tryouts?
Yeah. They'll have tryouts. They'll have matches, different segments where you find out who's going on which show, and it's a really cool thing. And it's nice too because if you know a little bit of history about Kansas City, we're kind of cursed with wrestling because back in 1999, a wrestler named Owen Hart, he was going from the rafters, going down to the ring, and sadly he fell and he passed away here in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And that has been a stain on wrestling in Kansas City since then. We've had a couple of pay-per-views since then, but that was a big major event here in Kansas City. And when he died, that changed the whole perspective of Kansas City. It's just something that happens in the wrestling community. I'm sure if it happened to an NFL team, it would do the same thing. But people are like, I don't know about Kansas City. You know what happened to Owen Hart there? And even though it's not dangerous, it's something unfortunate that happened, and it was really sad at the time, and it still affects wrestling today. That's why a lot of times, instead of Kansas City getting the big pay-per-views, St. Louis gets it.
No, it's the next biggest city. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that makes sense. I wouldn't think of that, though. No. Well, I would look forward to... I'm pretty sure they're going to have it on when they do the broadcast of them doing the draft, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we'll be able to, if you're not in Kansas City, you can still watch it on TV. But it's going to be really cool if you get to see it live in person.
Okay. Well, I look forward to watching the WWE draft.
Mm-hmm.
That's one way to put Kansas City back on the map was having, like you said, that curse. Maybe the curse could be lifted or just a second thought, really.
Yeah. Give Kansas City a second life on wrestling because it's been really fair on how they've been treated because of one incident.
Yeah. I mean, all in all, Kansas City's growing, so it could definitely come back to flourish it a lot better, I would think.
And that's the other thing, too. We're so diverse in the things that we can do. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, no, we don't have mountains. No, we don't have oceans. But what we do have is communities. We have sports teams. We have tons and tons of restaurants. And then we do other things, too. Like if you want to go surfing, there are lakes that you can get on the back of a boat. And you can go windsurfing, you know. We have a place called Snow Mountain or Snow Creek. That you can go and ski and snowboard, you know. So we're trying and we're bringing things in. If you want to go hiking, there's lots of trails. One of my personal favorites, Parkville Nature Sanctuary. It is amazing. Tiny little waterfall, but it's there. There's other places like Swope Park, which has our zoo. But it also has tons of really nice trails. So you really get a mix of just tons of cultures. And that's the other thing too. Kansas City, Kansas, and Missouri, we've got a big Latino community, and so we have some of the best tacos in the world as well.
That's what Kansas City is also known for, is the best tacos.
Yep.
I should eat tacos.
Tacos. Street tacos.
So it's barbecue and tacos.
Yeah.
That we're known for. I know they have concerts of tequila. I forget what they call it, tequila nights or something. But they'll have big people in the music industry come out and they'll do music and food and stuff like that. And that's coming to Kansas City, and they've been doing it for a little bit.
The Boulevard.
Yeah, the Boulevard. That's the biggest 4K screen that they have.
Maybe.
I think that the only one that's closest to it is the Independence double screen.
Gotcha.
But the Boulevard, that's been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Long time.
And we're back with Late Nite Lemonade. We were just having a conversation about Kansas City and all the cool things that we have. We were talking about the different trails we have, the restaurants, the sports teams that we have, and all the cool upcoming events that Kansas City is getting. And I just wanted to talk about some of the cool tourist spots that you can visit if you come to Kansas City. So some of my favorites are, of course, the most famous, which is World War I Museum. And the World War I Museum has been around literally before World War II started. So that has been in Kansas City, and it is the National World War I Museum. There's nowhere else is the National. And yeah, it's a huge tourist attraction. It's so cool because if you go right up to the front, there's a little area that you can see the whole city and the skyline. And it's a beautiful, just place that you can go and take pictures or have a lunch on the lawn, just looking over Union Station. And you've got the different malls, you got the different restaurants all in that area. Then you can see downtown. You've got the different districts that we have. We've got the plaza that goes past that.
Yeah. Talking about the World War One, have you ever been on the top of the thing?
Yes.
So that's like original elevator, all of it. I went up that and then made it up to like the bowl and looked up at the city. That's crazy experience to just see and experience that.
It is the best view of Kansas City by far. And if you follow me on Instagram at Luke by default, you can actually see my picture, which got an award in Kansas City for one of the best. Best independent photographers in Kansas City.
Oh, that's cool. I can't remember where it's at, but you've taken me there. Where the guy on the horse.
Yes, statue. The Scout statue.
Scout statue. Oh, I love that one.
That is another
that
amazing
outlook,
view.
The like Kansas City, Missouri area. It's crazy. Just like no other. Going there late at night, just looking at the town lit up. It's just. Oh.
Yeah. It's incredible because there you can see the World War I lit up, the statue lit up. You can also see the new Ferris wheel that we have, the Kansas City Ferris wheel. You can also see the Marriott, and this is a really cool Marriott that we have that has LED lights and it lights up, and if the Chiefs are playing, it'll have the Chiefs showing.
Yeah, it'll be red.
Yep. If it's like Christmas time, it'll have like the little snowflakes on it, and it's just so cool. And then we have a ton of other buildings that are just iconic to the city.
Yeah,
you know.
I used to live downtown Kansas City, Kansas, and walking around like Strawberry Hill.
Yep, Strawberry Hill.
You know, it was known for its strawberries and being up on the hill on 7th Street. You know. Something I grew up around, just seeing those buildings, whether it's the older buildings or just walking around. I've loved doing that.
Yeah,
Kansas City.
That reminds me of another spot in Kansas City, Kansas. That's a great view of Kansas City, Missouri's skyline, which is Caw Point Park.
Yeah, right by the Kansas City, Missouri River.
Yep, you've got where the two rivers connect right there, and you've got that perfect center. And my favorite part about it is you can just walk right up to the very point, and you can see the Lewis and Clark little, not a statue, but kind of like a little thing that they're pointing. And what's cool about that spot is if you take a picture, you can see where the rivers, the very bottom layer, and then you can see how our city is built up almost like on a hill. And it's so cool because you can see here's the river. And then you've got the roads right here. And then you've got some more roads. And then you've got some buildings that are going right here. And then you've got the main Kansas City, like the downtown area, right in the middle. And that's where they have all the skyscrapers.
Yeah.
And you can just see it going up and up and up and up and up. And oh man, it looks beautiful. You would never expect to see like hills in the Midwest of Kansas and Missouri, you know, but we really have hills, especially in Kansas City area. We've got it, you know. It is a beautiful area.
You can't forget about the Native American thing they have right up at the top of that of the river of all the different tribes they have. I've walked up there and seen those. Those are pretty cool too.
The Native American Trail right there.
Yeah. They have all that. That's cool for them to have that. Any other place in Kansas City, Missouri? I don't know any other good places like that.
So of course we have Union Station.
Yeah, we talked about Union Station.
And then right next to Union Station, it's actually connected.
Crown
Center. Yep. Crown Center, which is always a fun spot to go, especially around holidays.
You can't forget about Union Station. What happened at Union Station?
What happened in Union Station?
The prisoner transport, and then they ended up shooting, and then they got the bullet holes.
That's right. I've heard about this. Yeah. This is on a Ghost Adventures episode. Yeah, do you know the story?
I can't exactly recall all of it, but I know when they were doing a prisoner transport right in front of Union Station, because it was a station for trains.
Yeah.
They ended up pulling them out, and somebody ended up trying to shoot and kill one of the prisoners or the police officers, and you can still to this day feel and see and touch the bullet holes off of I think it's like granite or something, the rock of the building. But that just goes off the aesthetic of Union Station.
Yeah.
Union Station is haunted. There's no doubt about it. It's haunted. I don't know if you've ever been on like the top part of Union Station and just walked around and stuff like that. It just doesn't feel right. It feels very eerie.
Something's off about it.
Then that goes into saying the Ghost Adventures. They were there to investigate it, and they ran that story as well. The different experiences they've had at the Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, and just thinking about that and all the different haunted places that we have, that's one of the coolest things you can do in October, or even September and October, is around fall time. You get to go to all the cool haunted houses that we have. Like we have the Beast, the Macabre. We have what's the other one?
I don't even know. It's a snake or something.
Yeah. Totally blanked on it. Edge of Hell.
Yes. Gosh.
We have the Edge of Hell in Kansas City.
Yeah, we have the Edge of Hell.
So if you ever wanted to come to the Edge of Hell, we've got it,
Wait in line for an hour and a half.
Exactly. I wanted to go to the Beast, or it was the Edge of Hell, whichever one it was, because my sister got tickets. And so we had 3 tickets. I drove me, my sister, and my cousin out there. And sadly, she only had 2 tickets instead of 3 for some reason. She was only able to get 2 tickets. And so my window broke as well. So I sat outside while they went to the haunted house, and I just waited in my car.
Oh.
So yeah, very disappointing.
That was sad.
Especially since I love Halloween. I love the haunted houses. I love going to the Halloween haunt at Worlds of Fun. So I missed out on that one. And that's the last time I've gotten the opportunity to go. But maybe this next coming up year, I'll be able to visit.
Yeah, one time I went, my mom had got tickets online, and supposedly it was supposed to be for that day. Well, she had purchased it before the season had started. Well, it was supposed to be, like I said, for that day. We went the day we wanted, and they were like, no, this is only for the day you buy it. Well, she was like, I bought it in September. This is October.
Yeah.
This ain't right. So we're not able to go through, I think it was the Beast. And luckily we sat there for a little bit, and then they just passed us through. It was okay experience, it could have been better, but it happens around Halloween time where they get really, really busy. So if you ever do go to haunted houses, go earlier. Yeah. Earlier the better. It might not be scary as much, but you won't get crowded.
Yes, exactly. That's so helpful. And thinking about the different seasons, we've got the fall season, which you can go to different places like the Lewisburg Cider Mill and try their cider.
That's a little far from Kansas City, but good.
It's a nice day drive. It's like one of those things that people in Kansas City do,
Yeah, I like the cider. I remember distinctly as a child, like kindergarten, just going out there and having a field day, and I think we had got pumpkins.
Yep, the pumpkin patch they have.
Yeah, they have a pumpkin patch.
In the little cornfield.
Yeah.
Or the corn maze.
Yeah. I did that last year, and I went like 20 minutes throughout the whole maze. I went the whole maze.
Oh, man.
And made it out.
Yeah.
It was huge. It was, I think it was Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice themed?
Yeah. It was cool. I mean, finding your own pumpkin and then going through and doing that stuff.
Yeah. Perfect date idea, guys. Perfect date ideas. Yeah. I wouldn't know, but.
But no, it's cool. It's cool to go to. You know, it might be a little far, but you know, it's like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
About so. I like that.
Absolutely. Then let's go. Your girlfriend's gonna be mad.
Oh.
But yeah, then also in the fall time we have at the beginning of fall, which is around September. We have the sunflowers, and Kansas City is known for their sunflowers.
Yes.
And we've got amazing sunflower patches. That's
I
one of those.
Out a couple times.
Yeah.
I went out a couple times, and I did it this last year. We had all of me and my girlfriend's family went out there, and you know you got to go early, especially early in the day while the sun is rising. We just go out in the fields and run in the field.
Yep.
The thing is, you're out in the wilderness technically, so there's bugs.
Yep.
There's mud and all this. So be wary if you do go out in the sunflower fields. There's going to be something, you know, in a natural habitat, like a bug, like a bee or regular insect. But it's fun to go out there and just take pictures. I see a lot of people take pictures for graduations. Or
it's so Instagrammable.
Oh my gosh!
So, for the gram.
Yeah, just me and my sunflowers. You know, they'll even take one home. I mean, they're gonna die. You know, I've seen people even harvest the seeds. I did it this last year. It's like a one and harvested the seeds, maybe sunflower seeds. So that's cool.
It is
being the sunflower state.
Yep, we're the sunflower state, and that's the cool thing. I work in Missouri, but I live in Kansas, so I go back and forth every day pretty much, and it's the coolest thing because I get to live in two states, and one of the best parts about Kansas is the sunflowers.
I would say barbecue.
Yeah. Barbecue. So that brings me to another thing. What is your personal favorite barbecue places that Kansas City has?
Rosedale Barbecue.
Rosedale Barbecue.
No. Now, a lot of people will say Gates Barbecue.
Gates is very good. A lot of people say Jack Stacks.
A lot of people say what it used to be called is Oklahoma Joe's, but it's Casey Joe's.
That is my personal favorite because I've had successful dates there, which is always nice. And also, whenever my friends came down.
You took a date to a barbecue place where you can get, like, just covered in sauce?
Oh, yeah. And our former friend from school, Jackson, worked there. And he hooked me and my date up with a free dessert.
Heck yeah.
So yeah. And she was from St. Louis. She wasn't accustomed to the barbecue. So it was a really cool experience for her to get to go and try all the Kansas City barbecue.
Yeah, different places will have like different barbecue, different like sauce flavors or the way they make their meat too. But if they're not acclimated to ours, they'll kind of get blown away a little bit.
Yeah.
I would think.
She was really impressed with the food, and I was too. I love that place. I got to bring my friends from Canada to Casey Joe's barbecue, and we got the big sandwiches that they have there.
Wow. You broke them in on some good food.
I did. My friend Nathan, Nathan, he got to come out as well. So it's just a big group of us all having these massive barbecue sandwiches, and yeah, it was delicious. And they have great macaroni and cheese. I've gone a couple different times with different groups of people. And yeah, it's a great experience every time. And then there's also other places too that I really enjoy. K39 is really, really good.
You mean Q39?
Q39, not K39. I'm thinking of Kansas. But
Kansas 39.
You're absolutely right. It's Q39. And then we have a couple other ones that are really good as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What about taco places? You have a good taco place that you like?
Not a specific taco place. Not yet, but I know of a couple that I really want to try.
I'd say Don Antonio's.
Don Antonio's is always great. That's the KCK.
There's always the battle, Don Antonio's versus San Antonio's.
Yep. Don Antonio's and San Antonio's.
I don't know. I have a coworker that's always Don Antonio's. It's like every day.
Man,
so
it's good stuff.
It's fairly cheap, but it's good food. Good
Mm-hmm.
food. But and it's harder to find a good taco place than a wood barbecue.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have a lot of food trucks in Kansas City. I don't know if you've seen that, like really downtown Kansas City, around like Central, around all around really. You'll find a taco truck or a food truck.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing is growth in the small businesses is having something portal like that where they can go like the first Friday and then just go over here. Yeah. I think that's great to push that. I mean, I've got a family friend. She's got her own food truck, and she doesn't do tacos. She does like chicken on a stick.
Oh, nice,
chicks and
nice.
sticks.
Yeah.
So it's cool. She throws her own twist with culinary. But it's nice to have that around the whole area because they don't have to stay in one specific spot. They can go different places.
Absolutely.
I love that.
I love that. Kansas City has some amazing food trucks.
They're always growing in some way, whatever they have. It's always, changing, to best itself. It's a little bit of the underdog in its own way, but I think Kansas City is getting itself on the map to hey, we're here, we've been here, this is what we have.
Yeah.
Come visit.
And we've got some local restaurants that are really, really good. And we've got some very famous one like Fritz's. That's like a KC staple.
Yeah. I live by a Fritz's and I'll go there ever so often. And if you don't know what Fritz's is, they basically, if you're inside, they have like these trains that are up above you that go on these tracks. And from there, they'll put your food on it. And then when the train goes by, it'll drop and then fall from the ceiling and then be right to your table.
Yep.
But the way you order is you pick up a phone and you call the operator and you talk to them and put in the order.
Yeah.
Neat.
It is so cool. Such a cool idea for a restaurant.
It's like an old diner setting to where you can talk to them and have your own little seating. And if you're a kid, you'll get what do they call them? The engineer's hat.
Engineer hats, yeah.
So all in all, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
Good food, good experience. The atmosphere is so fun. Growing up as a Thomas the Tank Engine fan, of course I loved it,
I used to always see it as like a morning kind of...
Yeah, like a breakfast.
Like a brunch kind of... Because there's one that's like what I would call original one.
In KCK.
Yeah, in KCK that they close away like what, 1 or 2?
Somewhere around there.
They like very early. Versus some that'll stay open later in the afternoon. But and Fritz's is pretty nice. It's all about the different aesthetic that these businesses have to put their staple on, not just Kansas City, but the community, what they have.
Winstead's, yes, Kansas City. There's a restaurant called Winstead's, and that is a Kansas City staple as well. I know a few different places, but there's one right next to the plaza that's my specific favorite. It's like an old diner. They've got the jukebox going. Everybody's in their nice little outfits. And they have this thing called the skyscraper milkshake. And it's this huge milkshake that everybody kind of shares together at their table. I mean, it's like that big.
I'm going to have to try it.
It's so good. The food is amazing. All the burgers are like those old style burgers with the crinkle cut fries,
Heck yeah.
The milkshakes, of course, are delicious. It's just a really fun experience to go and have an old-timey diner.
I've never been there.
But yeah, I'll have to take you and bring your girlfriend. Maybe we'll bring one of our other friends and we'll just hang out and have a good time. Almost like the 50s diners.
Yeah, hear that? That's a date.
Yep, that's a date.
That's a date.
But yeah, that is a extremely good restaurant. And thinking about the plaza has so many good restaurants there.
Yeah.
It just blows me out of the water. The plaza is one of my favorite spots to go and walk around every day, and get my exercise. There's a little track right next to it, and then it's got all these restaurants that I get to go to. And the best part is that all the architecture looks like it's from like Rome, or some European country.
Well, that kind of goes into, what is it? Kansas City has the most fountains
outside of Rome. Yeah,
outside of Rome.
We're the city of fountains.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's so cool. So we have places that go from like high tech industries all the way over to the old classic restaurants like Winstead's, over to the European style, like the very Rome-esque architecture. We have so much diversity here.
Yeah, there's different cultures, different footprints that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Kansas City should very well known be on the map and get its own glow up.
Yes,
it's coming. It's already here, but it's coming even more.
Yes,
every day.
Absolutely. Kansas City keeps on getting better. I'm so glad to call it my home, my home state, my home city. This is where I want to be. If I ever have to move, I'm going to keep coming back because there's so much to do here. And it doesn't even stop at just those things. I mean, we have everything that every major city has. We have an awesome zoo. We have an aquarium.
New aquarium.
A new aquarium. We have the what is it called?
I can't remember what exactly it's called, but I know it just opened this last semester,
mm-hmm.
September, I should say. But they have a stingray aquarium and something else, but it's brand new.
Yeah,
brand new. Waiting for that,
which is so cool. And then we've got Hallmark here, Hallmark cards here in Kansas City. What are the others? Legoland is here in Kansas City. We've got so many things for families, for singles. We've got the nightlife. There's the district. What is it called? The Two Light District.
Power and Light?
Power and Lights District, sorry. The Two Light, that's the building. But yeah, we've got the Power and Lights District where they have tons of bars and different restaurants clubs, and anything you want, really, it's there. Every major concert comes to Kansas City, different events.
You got Performing Arts Center, they got Starlight,
mm-hmm.
Bartle Hall.
Yep.
A big, different, places that you could be. Now the T-Mobile Center. It was the Sprint Center.
Yep.
T-Mobile Center. What's the one theater? I can't remember what it's exactly called. Uptown Theater.
Uptown. Yep. Uptown is a great one for concerts.
Amphitheater.
The amphitheater. What is it? Azura.
Yep. The Azura Amphitheater that has concerts.
Sandstone to me. If you're sandstone. Yeah. It's just sandstone.
Yeah. But yeah, we've got so many different things that you can really come and experience here in Kansas City.
Oh yeah, tourist place. Come on.
Yep.
Come visit. You can enjoy it. I think you should.
All right, I guess that's everything we've got for today. This has been a great episode talking about our own city, But yeah, anyways, for this week, I'm Luke.
I'm Matt.
And juice it, drink it, serve it. It's Late Nite Lemonade.